Welcome back to the Crypto's Key Conversation. So today's major topic that we're going to be covering is this whole debacle between FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried and CZ from Binance. There's a lot of information that I'm going to cover, but we're going to quickly look at John Deaton's tweet thread here in regards of the formal FOIA lawsuit that he was talking about filing. He says, when Judge Netberg stated that the SEC, quote, lacks a faithful allegiance to the law, she couldn't have been more accurate. I was about to file a former FOIA lawsuit in federal court because the SEC refuses to comply and provide Hinman's calendar. They called my office yesterday. Let me go ahead and adjust my mic real quick. He continues and said, we will be providing it today. So the SEC saying they'll provide it today, but they gave me the same alleged calendar entries they provided to others. This is allegedly Hinman's calendar for June 14, 2018. So if I click in here and kind of zoom out real quick, and so you can kind of pause and see it, there's some information that's missing that he's going to cover right now. Oh, geez. So what he's saying here is, do you notice anything significantly missing from the June 14, 2018? Only the most litigated speech in SEC history is missing. This is not Hinman's calendar. It may be a calendar entries from the Division of Corporate Finance, but Hinman's calendar would include flight to San Francisco. It would include speaking at the Yahoo conference where he gave his infamous speech. The SEC denied my FOIA request at first because they said his calendar was personal and was not used for agency business. I laughed and then appealed, and the office of GC agreed with me that a federal judge would laugh at them. Plus the emails that Empower Oversight Empower Oversight with Jason Foster got via FOIA litigation proved that Hinman referred the ethics office to his calendar when he asked them to speak live about it and not email. Looks like I will drop another FOIA lawsuit on the SEC. It really shouldn't be this difficult to get the calendar of a high-ranking government official. They can redact all the personal information they need to. They are hiding, and he says, they're hiding stuff, plain and simple. And then I had commented, shameful. It's just shameful that this is a government agency that's supposed to protect investors. It's truly sickening and completely comical. And I said, keep applying the pressure, JD. So yeah, shout out John Deaton, man, really leading the charge with the class action lawsuit, over 75,000 members. Jason Foster and Empower Oversight, all the YouTubers, all the people on Twitter spreading information. We're really making an impact on everything. So now we're going to tailor into kind of what's been happening here. So from the Wall Street Journal, it says Binance deal for rival FTX marks power shift amid crypto turmoil. So if we come over here, this is from Sam Bankman-Fried from FTX. It says, hey y'all, I have a few announcements to make. Things have come full circle, and FTX.com's first and last investors are the same. We have come to an agreement on a strategic transaction with Binance for FTX.com, pending DD, etc. It says, our team are working clearly out the withdrawal backlog as is. This will clear out liquidity crunches. Also, assets will be covered one-to-one. This is one of the main reasons we've asked Binance to come in. It may take a bit to settle, etc. We apologize for that. But the important thing is that the customers are protected. A huge thank you to CZ, Binance, and all of the supporters. This is a user-centric development that benefits the entire industry. CZ has done and will continue to do an incredible job of building out the global crypto ecosystem and creating a freer economic world. I know that there have been rumors in the media of a conflict between our two exchanges. However, Binance has shown time and again that they are committed to a more decentralized global economy while working to improve industry relations with regulators. We are in the best of hands. So which is interesting. He says a more decentralized global economy. But like if you go through with Ben Armstrong from Big Boy Crypto's talking about how Sam Bankman-Fried's been lobbying against decentralization, but he's kind of like praising CZ and Binance's, I guess, their strategy or agenda of creating a more decentralized global economy, which is kind of crazy. This is going to get into what Johnny Deaton's talking about in regards of the power shift. He finishes, says, note that FTX US and Binance US, two separate companies, are not currently impacted by this. FTX US withdrawals are and have been live. It's fully back one-to-one and operating normally. So come over here to the next tweet. This is CZ responding, says, this afternoon, FTS asked for our help. There is a significant liquidity crunch. To protect users, we signed a non-binding LOI intending to fully acquire FTX.com and help cover the liquidity crunch. We will be conducting a full DD in the coming days. There is a lot to cover and will take some time. This is a highly dynamic situation. We are assessing the situation in real time. Binance has the discretion to pull out for the deal at any time. We expect FTT to be highly volatile in the coming days as this develops. Stay safe, fool. All right, man. And then Johnny Deaton says, he may not have meant it, but CZ Binance just pulled the greatest power move in crypto history, which will go down as one of the greatest power moves in the history of finance, period. And I completely agree. And we're going to show something from Jungle Inc. and Tony from Thinking Crypto that kind of emphasize what he's saying here. So this is what they're saying. It says the agreement between the competitors, can I zoom in, who had recently traded barbs in public comes after cryptocurrency companies and traders pulled money from FTX over concerns about the exchange financial stability. So they're talking about the bank run that was, ignited based on the rumors and the fear, or you could just say the FUD that happened with the whole FTX and insolvency rumor. So this from Watcher Guru says, just in FTX CEO Sam Bankman-Fried's net worth falls 14.6 billion in the past 24 hours to 991 million. So I don't know how accurate that number is, but man, that's staggering. CZ has something here. He says, two big lessons. Never use a token you created as collateral, FTT. Don't borrow if you run a crypto business. Don't use capital efficiently. Have a large reserve. Binance has never used BNB for collateral, and we have never taken on debt. Stay safe. Ben Armstrong from Big Boy Crypto says, think back a few weeks ago weeks ago to when CZ was able to invest 500 million into Elon Musk's Twitter purchase. You know who else tried to invest as well, but was shot down? That's right, Sam Bankman-Fried. Elon knew who the good guys was at the time when only few people knew the truth about Sam Bankman-Fried. So he's been screaming from the roof or shouting from the rooftops, talking about how shady Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX and, their agenda, their political agenda in regards of what they were trying to push in regards of getting away from decentralization, as he says. And, they were funding a lot of money into these, this lobbying, these political campaigns to push that agenda. So he's been saying it from the beginning. So a lot of people are actually giving Ben Armstrong some praise for man, how did you know that? There's people even talking about, hey, can you give me some, some lottery predictions, looking forward into the future, because they're saying this guy's kind of predicting a lot of things. This is from Stefan Huber says, this did not age well, didn't it, BitBoy Crypto? So coming over here, this is when they were kind of going back and forth. He says, hope you are ready, bud, meaning we're coming after you. He goes, have fun shilling Nance. And now Binance is the one actually coming to save the day for Sam Bankman-Fried and FTX. So it definitely didn't age well. Jungle Eek says, while Gary Gensler has harassed his library token users, the SEC does nothing with the real risk in the industry. So he's talking about Three Arrows Capital, Celsius, Voyager, FTX ? Maybe we need new priorities. And I 100% agree. Look at Tony. Tony says, but don't worry, folks. Gary Gensler protected you from Kim Kardashian and library. With the eye roll. It literally is comical and shameful. I mean, that's all I can say. And this is just the reality we live in. This is the so-called agency that's supposed to be there to protect us. What are they really protecting us from? It's crazy. But that's the update I have for you. Make sure you come to the Crypto is Key Conversation YouTube channel. Subscribe, follow us on Twitter at CryptoIsKey1. I really appreciate you guys' support out there, okay? With all that being said, stay strong out there. Be safe.